trading education and professional level trade dissection and analysis. You, my friends, have come to the right place. I'm Pat Mitchell. I have been a professional day trader for the past 11 years. And I'm here to do exactly that, bring you high-level professional day trading education, all for free, right here on YouTube and on X. So today we're going to be discussing overtrading. Now, a little bit of a clickbait title. I don't overtrade. I don't do anything that I consider unprofessional. It's professionalism all the time. But we are going to talk about what meets the criteria of overtrading, because I did take 4 trades today. You're going to see that it's really actually 2. Too long, too short, exact same trade, just on 2 different stocks. But there's a lot of you out there that do definitely overtrade. I've seen it. I see people list like 10 entries in a given day on 10 different stocks. That's ridiculous. And no, that's just not a different strategy or a different method. That is straight up ridiculous. A lot of people make the mistake of entering into the market way too many times. They're not thinking about risk. We discussed risk yesterday. It's something that you don't want to do. You want to limit your exposure to risk. And if you're in 10 different stocks, 20 different stocks on any given day, you're really doing it wrong. There's a way easier way to do this, and a way less risky way of doing it. Sorry, guys, I am absolutely deaf. My earplug was kind of halfway in, and I was firing off my rifle here this evening. So I don't know if I'm yelling or what, but I'm deaf in one ear. So you're going to have to bear with me. Anyways, let me fire up the charts, and we'll go over these trades, and we'll have a little bit more of a discussion here this evening. One sec. Okay, let's rock and roll, folks. Okay, so let's talk about the 4 trades that I took today. They were all green trades, although you will see one that is negative $600, and I'll explain. I'll go into that. Sometimes I'll do that, and it's actually a really good lesson for you guys. It's more of a intermediate to professional level lesson, but I think when you guys do hit that point, when you are capable of doing something like that, it's a really, really solid lesson. So let's dive into these trades. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so then we can see the morning action, because I only trade the first hour of the market open. I very rarely, I should say, trade past then. It's not something I'm overly interested in. I want to get in and get out as quickly as possible. So the first trades that we executed was the short. Okay, so both Qs and SPY triggered short roughly at the same time. Now on Qs, I bought the 520 puts. Market opens up, pops up into the level, and because of my risk, I had to wait right for that level, literal bottom tick or top tick entry, however you want to look at it. And then I paid myself as it's coming down into that first support level. That's a target. That's why you don't see any more exits after that. I'm always trading to targets. And if I get a secondary entry, I can most definitely get it. Enter again, which I could have later on because it gave an absolutely beautiful entry on that retest. But at that point, we're already an hour in and I'm done on the day. So that's Qs. Let's go over SPY. There's SPY short. So SPY, exact same trade. Market opens up, pops up into that level, comes within just right into, and again, another top tick or bottom tick entry, however you want to look at it, with the 599 puts on the short, because that's exactly where I wanted to start in. It just ticked over. I wanted to start into 598 and start averaging into the 598.68 level, because my risk went a little bit past that. It was about a point and a quarter worth of risk. So I needed a very specific entry on that. And you'll see that a lot with my entries. And that's why I get these top tick or bottom tick entries, because I'm waiting for that exact price point where it has to at least reach that. And it might go a little bit further, but it will at least go into that. And again, that's something that is experience. And it's something that I could do a video on later for you guys if you are interested. But On this beautiful entry, worked it all the way down. Same thing, traded into a target and paid myself, and that's it. So on Qs, I locked in 2,856 on the short, and on SPY, I locked in 2,248. Now let's talk about the longs. First, let's discuss SPY long. So again, on, oh my God, this mouse drives me nuts. There we go. So SPY and Qs long, exact same trade, exact same entry level. On SPY, I took the 595 calls coming down into the 595.54 level, executed as it comes down into that level. Very small trade. Enter, pay myself. That's it. Stop out on the rest once it starts coming down. And I locked in $1,780. Now, you might be wondering, it's like, well, if you took the same trade on Qs, why would you be red on that? Okay, so this is where the lesson is. And let me pull up those entries on Qs because I was actually green on it. So I entered into it, very small trade. This was only 40 contracts, which is very small. If you're joining me at least a second time on this channel, you do realize that that's a small position. So on this here, you can see I entered and I paid myself and then I stopped out. But how am I red on this trade? I should be green. And you're right, I should be green. But what I'm doing in this trade, so I've already traded 2 shorts that were successful. I also traded 1 long that was successful. This is the one on the Qs trade. On the daily chart, I have more distance that I can get out of it. And if, this is being the key word is if it holds and volume actually comes in. So we have institutional plus retail volume and money coming in. It is going to absolutely rip faces off. Okay. And it's going to go up and test those upper moving averages. So it's one of those trades where I'm okay if it doesn't work. Because if it does work, I'm looking to pay myself a little bit. And then normally you would see exits. If you follow my mouse cursor here, on the way up, I would be paying myself all the way up. Just like I do on, let's say, the short. You see how I have bulk exits, and then a couple of stragglers? You wouldn't see that on that Qs long. Because on Qs, there's so much potential in that trade if volume and money flood into it and it actually becomes that long. Okay. So this is kind of thinking that 1 or 2 steps ahead in the position. It's like a chess game. It's not checkers, it's chess. I've already traded long. I've already made my money on SPY, right? I've already made my money on short on both SPY and Qs. So I'm taking one position to look for if it wants to come in, it will be an absolute banger. And that small position of 40 contracts, and by that point, because I only paid myself very, very small in it, only paid myself about 15 contracts, somewhere around there. The remaining contracts on that, although small, it would have been like a $10,000 trade. So that's what I'm doing. I have no problems taking a $600 loss as I've already made thousands of dollars. I'm looking to almost leverage the daily chart to my advantage because the daily chart is set for a long. Today was a beautiful long day. It just didn't work out. There was no volume and they were trapping and wanting to sell off retail money, which is what they did. And we talked about that live on screen share today in detailed fashion as always. But there's certain trades that I will not pay myself at all. That there is a lesson that I would need probably a good 30 to 40 minutes to explain thoroughly and properly. You can leave a comment below. Let me know if that's something that you want to know about. But I'm warning you, I will tell you these types of things, but I don't want you trying to attempt these types of things because you're going to fumble it, you're going to fuck it up, and you're going to take big losses. Okay? I don't want to see that happen. In case you haven't noticed, this channel, for those of you that are coming back and returning, is a very different day trading channel. I'm not here to sell you guys blue sky, not here to lie to you. I'm here to give you the actual reality of day trading. Okay. And there's certain lessons that are to put it bluntly, above your pay grade. Okay, I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's just simply the reality of the situation. You gotta let experience catch up. Okay, if not, it's going to damage you. And I would love to share that with you guys. Let me know if you want. But that's this. And now let's talk a little bit about overtrading, since that was kind of the clickbaity title that I overtraded. Now, again, like I said at the beginning of this, everything I do professionally. Okay. That's not me being full of myself or anything like that. That's just how it is. I had a discussion, a serious discussion and conversation with myself over 10 years ago, about 11 years ago now. And when I first started out, I started doing things all right, and then I would have varied success, and then I'd take huge losses and end up blowing up. So I blew up two day trading accounts, like right to the fucking ground. And on my last one, I started whittling it down, and I got to about 50%. It was only a $5,000 account. That's all the money I had left in the world, man. I had already borrowed every last dollar I possibly could, and I started whittling it down because I was still doing the same old shit over and over and over again. And I had a conversation with myself that I could no longer do this, because if I blow up, that's it. Like, I'm done. I'm completely fucked. So from that point forward, I made a deal with myself, and I'm someone that thinks about or respects my word. Like, my word means something to me. So if I give my word, that's what it is. Like, that is my word. That is, I would sooner die than break my word. And if I'm willing to do that for other people, or I will not break my word, I cannot break my word to myself. So long story short, I said I need to do everything professionally. I need to start looking at this from a professional perspective, or else I'm going to fail. And I can't fail, because if I fail, I'm not just letting myself down, I'm letting my family down. And that's never going to happen. So being professional at all times really is the key to success. I know people want strategy, and they want setups, and they want, show me the entry, show me how to enter. It's all about this, guys. So on that note, did I overtrade? No. I took 4 trades, but they're really 2 different trades. One long, one short, just happened to be on 2 different stocks. So 2 longs and 2 shorts. Exact same trades over and over and over again. So sorry, my battery just went dead here, folks. I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Adios.